Hi, all. Good morning. So online people, can you please confirm, are you able to audible my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and hope screen also visible to you, right? Sorry, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue with the today's session. So as part of yesterday's session, just we discussed about the quick recap of our demo sessions. And after that, we discussed about what is our plan for next 45 to 60 days of time. And then we discussed about what is the purpose of learning the cloud data engineering. Then we discussed about what all are the topics we are going to cover as part of our sessions. We are going to cover database concepts, cloud concepts, distributed framework by using big data stack, programming language, data warehousing concepts, orchestration tools, big data concepts, Spark, NoSQL database, Linux concepts, and real-time process. All these are the different topics which we are going to cover as part of our coming classes. And after that, at the high level, just we discuss about in what kind of projects we are going to work in the real-time system. We are going to work in the development projects, and we are going to work either migration projects, or we can call it as enhancement projects. And we are going to work in support projects, or we can call it as a maintenance projects. So just I given the high level glimpse in what kind of projects as a data engineer we are going to work in the real-time system. And just I mentioned the some of the orchestration tools like Control-M, AutoSys, Airflow. And we discussed about some basic topics about how we are going to create the jobs, and what all are the timings we are going to provide, how we are going to define the dependencies for all these jobs. All these are the basic topics we covered as part of our yesterday's session. But yesterday's session, what is the main purpose? We discussed about in next 45 to 60 days of classes, what topics we are covering and why we are covering all these topics. Just to remove all the confusions from your brain, we discussed about all this information. Okay. Now today we'll discuss about few important terminologies from big data side or from cloud side. So we'll discuss about some important terminologies from the big data side or from the cloud side. Andy. So first we need to understand one of the terminology called as nothing but scalability, or we can able to call it as all whatever the points we are going to discuss. All these are the important features of the big data or important features of the cloud. So first one is nothing but scalability. Next one we need to understand about distributed framework, or we can call it as distributed technology. And next we need to understand about high availability, and we need to understand about fault tolerance, and we need to understand about replication, and we need to understand about moving computation. So these are the few important things which we need to understand, or indirectly we can call all these are nothing but some features of the big data or some features of the cloud. Actually, if you remember at the high level yesterday or day before yesterday in the demo classes also we discussed, Randy, in the big data, we are having the multiple tools, or we can call it as a multiple technologies like Spark, Hive, Cloud, Scoop, and all these are different kind of tools are available under the big data stack. In the same way, coming to cloud, we are having different cloud platforms like AWS, GCP, and Azure. And within the GCP, again, we are going to have the different services like cloud storage, data proc. All these are the new words to you. But at the high level, in the big data, we are having the different kind of the tools. In the same way, if you are taking any kind of the cloud platform, in that cloud platform, we are going to have the different services. But here you need to understand whatever the tools which are present in big data, or whatever the services we are using in the cloud, all those tools or all those services definitely going to have all these kind of features. So try to understand here. Whatever the tools we are going to use from big data perspective, or whatever the tools, or I can call it as services from any cloud platform, either AWS or Azure or GCP, whatever the services from any cloud platform, those are going to have below features. So these are all the features we can able to see under the big data stack related tools, or all these are the features we can able to see under the cloud related service and these services. That's the reason compulsory we need to understand about all these kind of terminologies, because in the coming days also multiple times we are going to discuss about the high availability. So this service is given the high availability, this service is given the scalability, this service is going to provide the replication. We are going to discuss about, or we are going to use all these terminologies multiple times in our coming classes. That's the reason compulsory you need to understand about each and every terminology here, whatever I mentioned. With that, you can able to understand the classes very easily in the coming classes. Okay, we'll go one by one. So first one, scalability. So as per your knowledge, any idea what is the meaning of scalability here? Sorry. Increasing resources, we can able to say. Any other answers? So not only increasing, we can call it as nothing but decreasing also. Based on the requirements, either we can able to increase the number of resources, or we can kind of property, simply we can able to call it as nothing but scalability. By depending on the requirement, we are going to increase the number of resources, or we are going to decrease the number of resources. If we are having such kind of feature, that feature only we can call it as nothing but scalability. We'll take one example. With that example, easily we can understand what is meant by scalability. So for example, in this class, we are having capacity for 40 students, or in this room I can say. So in this room we are having capacity for 40 students, but suddenly one day around 60 students came to the class. Now what we need to do? So our room capacity is, for example, 40 students, or we are having the 40 chairs in the room, and but one day suddenly 60 students are came to the class. So then what I need to do here? What we are doing? Simply one option, either we need to increase the number of chairs in the classroom. Other option, we need to move to the some big room which is having the capability to seat the around 60 members, 60 students. Okay, which is nothing but, by depending on my requirement, I am going to increase the number of seats in the room, or I will move to the some big room. With that, I can able to capable all the 60 students who all are going to attend the classes. Okay, so indirectly what we are doing here, we are increasing the seating capacity in the class. So that is the feature only, indirectly we can call it as nothing but scalability. Okay, so whenever we are going to increase the number of resources, or whenever we are going to decrease the number of resources by depending on the requirement, that feature we can call it as nothing but scalability. Now for example, I taken one room, classroom, which is having 100 students capacity. But because of some reason in my batch, only 30 students are coming. Okay, now tell me, do I need to use that room where we are having the 100 students capacity? Is not required, because number of students are only 30. If you are going to use that big room, what is going to happen? Unnecessarily we need to spend the money on the electricity and AC charges, all, which is nothing but we are spending extra amount unnecessarily. So what we can do here, if we are having any small room which is having the capacity for 30 students, simply we can able to move that batch to that classroom. So with that, what we are going to say from the institute perspective, we are saving the cost. So by depending on the requirement, in the first example, what we are doing, we are increasing the number of resources, or we are moving to the big room. In the second example, what we are doing here, because of having the less number of students, instead of using the big room, we are moving to the small room. And why we are doing that activity? For the purpose of saving the cost. Okay, which is nothing but, by depending on the requirement, overall in this example, either we are increasing the capacity or we are decreasing the capacity. That kind of feature only we can call it as nothing but scalability. Now, this is the general example for our easy understanding. Now we'll think from the real time perspective only. So for example, we are having Flipkart. Now, for example, just I'm giving this a generic example. Flipkart people, they are using, for example, 1,000 servers in the backend. So every day they are getting the traffic from the users. Every day they are getting some traffic from the users, and they are maintaining, for example, 100 servers in the backend. By using those 100 servers, they are maintaining all the traffic from the users. What is the meaning of traffic here? Number of users. What they will generate in the Flipkart or Amazon? One activity, we are searching for the products. That is the one of the activity. Other thing, we are adding the products to the cart. That is the second activity. Third activity, we are going to purchase the product. Fourth activity, we are paying the money. Whenever you are going to purchase the products, compulsory we need to pay the money, right? So indirectly, once we are logging into the Flipkart, as a user, you are going to perform different kind of activity. But when I'm calling about the traffic, which is nothing but it is the combination of all the things. Some people are searching for the product, some people are adding it to the cart, some people are purchasing the product, some people are paying the money. All these things will come into the traffic when I'm calling it as a traffic from the users. Okay, just for your understanding, here I will mention that some users are searching for product, some people are adding product to the cart, some people are purchasing the product, and some people are doing the payment. So different users can able to perform different kind of activities by depending on their requirement. So all those people, all those users only we are calling it as a traffic only. Now, for example, just I'm giving the generic example here. So in the Flipkart, they are maintaining 1,000 servers, and by using the 1,000 servers, they are maintaining all the traffic. Okay. Now, for example, Flipkart launched one offer. Just we'll take example as a Big Billion Day. So sometimes they are going to conduct the Big Billion Day, or sometimes they are going to give the offers, right? Now, during this day, you tell me whether traffic will increase or decrease. Definitely what is going to happen? Your traffic of the Flipkart are going to increase because of the offers. Multiple people will come and search in the Flipkart app, or they will purchase the different products in the Flipkart app. Indirectly, because of the offers or because of the Big Billion Day, more traffic will come to the Flipkart app. For example, here 3 lakh users are coming on Big Billion Day, but committee here just will take it as only 1 lakh people are coming on the normal days. Okay. Now, to handle the traffic of 1 lakh people, how many servers they are maintaining? 1,000 servers. Now, for example, on the Big Billion Day, they observe traffic is 3 lakh users only. Now, you tell me, if 3 lakh users are going to use the Flipkart app, can 1,000 servers can able to handle the traffic? No, right? Now, what we need to do indirectly here? Yep. What we need to do? We need to increase number of servers in the backend. Increase number of servers. Just I'm giving the generic figure, 3,000 servers. So what we are doing indirectly here, by depending on my requirement, which is nothing but by depending on the Flipkart requirement, whenever they are launching any kind of offers, automatically what they are doing here, to handle the traffic in the backend, they are going to increase the number of servers, which is nothing but indirectly they are increasing the capacity to maintain the traffic on the offers day. So this kind of feature indirectly what we are calling here, that is nothing but scalability. Now, for example, this event happened for 5 days. After 5 days, they stopped offers. Now again, what will happen? Traffic will become normal. Now, if traffic is going to become normal, still they need to maintain the 3,000 servers or only 1,000 servers? They need to maintain only 1,000 servers. Okay, now indirectly what we are doing again? We are increasing the capacity or decreasing the capacity? We are decreasing the capacity. So which is nothing but overall here. So this is the one example, generic example for our easy understanding. This is the example from the real-time perspective. Overall, we need to understand by depending on the requirement, either we are increasing the resources or we are decreasing the resources. Now you try to give the answer. In this overall example, what is the resource? In the Flipkart example? Servers. No, customers are not resources only. So here resource is nothing but our server. So what we are doing here, by depending on the requirement, we are increasing the number of servers or we are decreasing the number of servers. But as part of definition, we are saying that we are increasing number of resources or we are decreasing the number of resources. That kind of feature only we can call it as nothing but scalability. Now you tell me, if we are going to work in the real time, are we going to perform this activity manually? Increase in the resources, decrease in the resources, are we going to perform this manually? Earlier days we are doing it manually, but if you want to do this activity manually, what will happen? It is very time consuming activity and multiple number of people need to work on this activity, and they need to start work on this activity before 1 month onwards itself, because to increase the number of servers manually, it's not a kind of a easy task. Okay, if you want to do all these activities manually, it will take good amount of time. It will cause a lot of cost. That's the reason nowadays what is happening, most of the companies are using the cloud. In the cloud, what will happen is automatically, by depending on the requirement, within a short amount of time you can increase the resources, or within short amount of time we can decrease the resources. And that's the reason I'm saying that whenever we are using the cloud, we can able to say cloud is having the feature called as nothing but scalability. Now, if you are going to conduct the one more of a day, no need to worry about how I need to increase the resources, how I need to decrease the resources. No need to worry about any such kind of things. Your cloud platform or your cloud provider will take care of all these kind of activities. That's the reason we are saying that. Sorry. That's the reason we are saying that your cloud stack is having the one of the feature called as nothing but scalability feature. Okay. Any questions on this scalability? Please ask me. Try to understand with the example. If you understand the example, automatically you can able to understand what is the concept here. And once you understand the example, no need to buy out anything. Automatically you can able to recollect after 1 week also. This is the example. With this example, you can able to easily understand what is meant by scalability. Is it clear? Okay. Now next one we need to understand distributed framework. Now you tell me any idea or any guesses what is meant by distributed framework.
Distributed means
Someone is saying that sharing the work to other resources. Any other answers?
Yeah, basically task divided by multiple systems and
Task divided into multiple systems or multiple people. Okay, just we'll take one generic example. With that easily you can able to understand. For example, we are having L&T builder and government giving one project to them to construct around 5,000 apartments. Just I'm taking the generic example, Andy. So what is happening here? Government people giving one very big project. What is the project here? Government want to construct around 5,000 apartments, and this is the project. Now they are giving this entire project to the L&T company or L&T builders, and for example, now only if L&T company is going to work for all these 5,000 apartments. So how many years it will take? Just roughly we can able to say, for example, it is taking 5 years of time. Okay, only L&T company is going to work for all the 5,000 apartments. At that point of time, what will happen? For L&T to complete all these 5,000 apartments, it is going to take around 5 years of time. Okay, but government is asking, I want to complete this entire project within 2 years. Then what they need to do? L&T people are given the estimate. I can able to complete only 5 years. I can able to construct the 5,000 apartments. Within 2 years, I cannot able to perform this activity. Then what government will do here? Simply now government will give this work to multiple builders. For example, now they are reaching out L&T company and they are reaching Mehta's and they are reaching, for example, some X company and they are reaching some Y company, they are reaching some Z company. So government is reaching multiple companies. After that, what they did here is for each and every company, just they given 1,000 apartments. Now you tell me, with this activity, within how many years we can able to complete the project? Do we need to spend the 5 years? No, right? If government is going to take this kind of decision, or if government is going to do this kind of activity, what is going to happen? Automatically within 1 or 2 years
year.
only we can able to complete the entire project. Indirectly, what is happening here? Whenever we are distributing the work to multiple people, what is the advantage? We can able to complete the work very fastly. Okay, that is the main advantage of the distribution. And so this, by using this example, you can understand, if you are giving entire work to the only one person to complete that work, it is taking 5 years of time. But instead of that, what we are doing here, we are distributing the work to the multiple people. All these people are going to work sequentially or parallelly. All these people are going to work in parallel. Okay, L&T, Mehta, X, Y, Z, all these companies are going to work in parallel. So with that, what will happen? Within 1 or 2 years only, we can able to complete the entire project. So indirectly, what we are doing here, we are distributing the work to the multiple people. With that, automatically, what is going to happen? We can able to complete the work in the very fast way. That is the main advantage of our distribution activity. Whatever the big data stack tools we are going to use, or whatever the cloud services we are going to use, each and every service or each and every tool is going to have one more feature called as nothing but distributed. With the help of this distributed only, what is going to happen in the big data or in the cloud services, we can able to see the very good performance compared to other technologies. Okay, any questions on this distribution, please ask me. Is it clear? Now, just I want to add one more point in the scalability, and I forgot to add about that. Actually, we discuss about the scalability, which is nothing but we are increasing the number of resources or we are decreasing the number of resources. But as part of scalability, here we can able to see two types of scalability. So as part of scalability, what we are having the two types of scalability. One we can able to call it as nothing but vertical scalability. And second type of scalability, we can call it as nothing but horizontal scalability. So we are having two types of scalabilities. One is vertical scalability and second one is nothing but horizontal scalability. Now, what is meant by vertical scalability? With this example only, we'll try to understand. If you see the first example, what I'm telling, my room capacity, sorry, in my room, I'm having the 40 chairs, but suddenly one day what happened? 60 number of students came to the class. Now in this example, what I'm doing, I am increasing the number of chairs. I'm not moving to the other room. What I'm doing here, I am increasing the number of chairs within the same room. Whenever we are increasing number of resources within the same system, that kind of scalability, we can call it as nothing but vertical scalability. Is it clear? Whenever we are increasing number of resources within the same system, that kind of scalability, we can call it as nothing but vertical scalability. In the previous example, in my class, I'm having the 40 chairs, 60 students are came to the class. What we are doing, I am increasing the number of chairs within the class only. I'm not moving to the other room. Within the class, I am increasing the number of chairs. That kind of scalability, we can call it as nothing but vertical scalability. Then what is meant by horizontal scalability? In same example, if you see the second point, what I'm telling, in this room, we are having the only 40 chair capacity, but 60 students came, but I cannot able to increase the number of chairs. Then what I will do here? Simply, I will move to the new room. In that new room, we are having the 60 people capacity. Now tell me, within the same room, we are increasing the capacity or we are moving to the big room? We are moving to the some other room where we are having the 60 people capacity. If you are doing that kind of activity, that activity only we can call it as nothing but horizontal scalability. Now within the system, whenever we are increasing the resources, that kind of scalability we can call it as vertical scalability. Now out of the system, if you are increasing the number of resources, that kind of activity we can call it as nothing but horizontal scalability. Just I will add the point here. Within the system, if we are increasing number of resources, that we can call it as vertical scalability. If within out of the system, if we are increasing number of resources, that we can call it as nothing but horizontal scalability. Okay, so we are having two types of scalabilities. One is the vertical scalability and the other one is the horizontal scalability. Within the system, when we are going to increase the number of resources, that we can call it as a vertical scalability. Out of the system, if we are going to increase the number of resources, that we can call it as nothing but horizontal scalability. Okay, just we'll take one more example. For example, I want to store 1 GB file. And just assume that I am having 4 laptops, which is having capacity of, for example, 8 GB RAM. So what I'm telling here, I want to store 1 GB file. And how many laptops here I'm using? I'm using the 4 laptops. Now each laptop is having the capacity of the 8 GB RAM and D. Now here, for example, just assume that we are using the distributed framework. Whenever I'm going to store this 1 GB file, here, for example, laptop 1 is storing 0.25 GB data, and laptop 2 is storing, for example, 0.25 GB data. Okay, so we are using the 4 laptops. Just for our understanding, I will say in the distributed framework environment. What is meant by distribution? What we discussed previously? We are distributing the work. Okay, here what I'm telling, I am using the 4 laptops in the distributed framework, which is nothing but whatever the activities we are going to perform on these laptops, it is going to perform the distribution. Here what I'm telling, I am telling that we are going to store the 1 GB file. Based on the definition of the distribution, what is going to happen? This 1 GB file data will be distributed to all the 4 laptops. In each and every laptop, for example, it is going to store the 0.25 GB data. Okay, now after storing the file, now I want to retrieve the data. I want to retrieve the data. I want to retrieve completely 1 GB data. And now how many laptops we are using here? 4 laptops. Each laptop is having, for example, 8 GB RAM capacity. Now, if you want to retrieve the data from these laptops, for example, it is taking 3 minutes of time. Just assuming that for retrieving the data from all these laptops, how much time it is taking? It is taking the 3 minutes of time. Now, my requirement is I want to retrieve data within 1 minute. This is my requirement. What is the requirement? I want to retrieve the data within 1 minute. So now you tell me, if you want to retrieve the data within 1 minute, what is the actual time? 3 minutes of time. But my requirement is I want to retrieve the data within 1 minute here. Now you tell me what all are the options we are having to retrieve the data within 1 minute. What we can do? I want to retrieve the data within 1 minute. So what kind of options or what kind of availabilities we are having here? Option 1, we can able to say increase RAM to 16 GB in all laptops. Can we do it or not? Just we can able to add the one more 8 GB slot, 8 GB RAM in the other slot. So with that, what we are doing in every laptop, simply we are going to increase the RAM capacity as a 16 GB. So once we are going to increase the RAM capacity to 16 GB, automatically what will happen? If you want to retrieve this 1 GB data on 16 GB RAM from the 4 labs, what will 4 laptops? What will happen? This activity now we can able to complete. Retrieving the data can complete in 1 minute. Indirectly, what we are doing here? We are increasing the resource. Now you tell me in this example, what is the resource? RAM is the resource. We are increasing the RAM in the laptops. Once we are going to increase the RAM, automatically what is happening? Instead of taking the 3 minutes of time, within 1 minute only, we can able to retrieve the data. This is the one option. Is there any other option to improve the performance? Is there any other option? For example, I am increasing number of laptops with same configuration. So what is the second option here? What I'm doing, Andy? So I am going to increase the number of laptops. Now, for example, instead of using the 4 laptops, I will use 8 laptops. Now, if you are going to use the 8 laptops, what will happen? In each laptop, just assume that it is going to store, for example, 0.13 GB data. So what I'm telling here, instead of increasing the RAM in 4 laptops, what I'm doing here, I am increasing the number of laptops here in this example. How many laptops we are making? We are making it as a 8 laptops. Now, if you are going to store the 1 GB data on the 8 laptops in the distributed environment, what will happen? Just rough figure, in every laptop, it is going to store, for example, 0.13 GB data. Now, on top of this, if you are going to perform the retrieve operation, now how much time it will take? It will take same 3 minutes or it will complete within 1 minute only. Within 1 minute only, your retrieval operation will complete, because here we are dealing with the 8 laptops in the distributed environment. In every laptop, we are going to have the 0.13 GB data. Now, if you are going to perform the retrieve operation, what will happen? Within 1 minute only, we can able to complete the process. Indirectly, to achieve the requirement of 1 minute retrieval process, we are having the option 1, we are having the option 2. Now, by seeing these 2 options, you try to give the answer. In option 1, what kind of scalability we are using? In option 2, what kind of scalability we are using? Any guesses?
What is scalability?
In option 1, what we are using?
Vertical
Is
scalability.
nothing but vertical scalability. Perfect answer. So see here what we are doing. We are increasing the RAM within the system or out of the system. We are increasing the RAM within the system or within the laptop as per the requirement. Whenever we are increasing the resources within the system, that we can call it as nothing but vertical scalability. Indirectly in this option 1, what we are doing, we are using the option called as a vertical scalability. In this second example, what we are doing, we are increasing resources within the system or we are increasing the number of the laptops. We are increasing the number of laptops or we are increasing the resources outside of the system. That's the reason this scalability we can call it as nothing but vertical scalability. Sorry, it's my mistake. Sorry. This we can call it as nothing but horizontal scalability. Okay, so this is the way simply we can able to understand what is meant by horizontal scalability and what is meant by vertical scalability. Coming back to the beginning topic only, what is meant by scalability? By seeing all these things, we'll forget about the what is the scalability. What is scalability? Increase in number of resources or decrease in the number of resources by depending on the requirement. That activity we can call it as nothing but scalability. We are having the two types of scalabilities. One is the horizontal scalability, one is the vertical scalability. Horizontal is nothing but outside the system. If you are increasing the resources, that we can call it as horizontal scalability. Within the system, if you are increasing the number of resources, that we can call it as nothing but vertical scalability. Now you try to give the answer. When we need to go for vertical scalability, when we need to go for horizontal scalability. Any guesses? When to go for vertical, when to go for horizontal? If you see here in this example, in the both the options, are we getting the good performance or not? We are getting good performance in the option 1 and in option 2. But when we need to go for what? Any guesses? Okay, just I will tell you. Now see here I want to get the data within 1 minute, but my client is given the requirement or I am given the requirement. I want to retrieve the data within 20 seconds. Now, what is my requirement? I want to retrieve the data within 20 seconds only. Now, within the system, if you want to increase the RAM, what is the capacity of the RAM we need to use? By using 32 GB, might be you can able to get the data in the 30 seconds or 40 seconds, but I want to get the data within 20 seconds only. Indirectly, what we need to here, we need to increase, for example, just I'm giving the rough values only. We need to increase RAM capacity as 128 GB. But tell me, every laptop can able to support the 128 GB RAM? No, right? Sometimes some laptops won't support the 128 GB RAM or 256 GB RAM. In the situation, can we able to go for option 1? Definitely no, which is nothing but for vertical scalability, there are some kind of limitations. Whenever we are reaching such kind of limitations, you don't have any other kind of option. Then what we need to do here, we need to go for the horizontal scalability only. So in the vertical scalability, we are having some kind of limitations. After a particular limit, we cannot able to increase the number of resources. In the situation, obviously we need to go for the horizontal scalability. Okay, this is the one of the interview question. When we'll go for vertical scalability, when we'll go for the horizontal scalability, we can able to say by depending on the situation or by depending on the requirement. Sometimes we'll go for vertical scalability, sometimes we'll go for the horizontal scalability. Then they will ask the question, any limitations in the vertical or horizontal? What we can able to say, in the vertical scalability, we are having the limitation up to one limit only we can able to increase the resources. If we are crossing that limit, then we cannot able to increase the resources. In the situation, we are going to use the scalability called as nothing but horizontal scalability. Is it clear? Three main things. What is scalability? What is horizontal scalability? And what is vertical scalability? All these are the things we need to understand as part of discussing about our scalability topic. Okay. Yep. Any questions? Just I want to give pause for 1 minute.
Sir,
In the both the places, it is going to affect the cost, because if you are going to increase the, if you are going for vertical scalability, what we are doing, we are increasing resources within the system. But if you are going to horizontal scalability, we are increasing the resources outside the system. In the both the places, we are going to get the cost, but compared to maintenance perspective, I can able to say vertical scalability is the best one. Maintenance perspective, because we are not increasing number of systems within the system only. What we are doing, we are increasing the resources. In this example only, maintaining 4 laptops is easy or maintaining 8 laptops is easy. Maintaining 4 laptops is easy, which is nothing but maintenance wise I can able to say vertical scalability is the best option. But if you want, as I told you earlier, if you are going beyond some certain limits, then obviously we cannot able to go for vertical scalability. Then we need to go for the horizontal scalability. But from the cost perspective, both are going to cost same, almost same kind of amount.
Okay, cost wise, they both are same, na, sir?
1 second, people. Yes, tell me.
Sir, in horizontal scalability, we can perform both kind of operations. So why we use
No,
vertical?
online
scalability?
people, just 1 second. Offline people are asking one question. Sorry to cut you. Yeah, you are asking something. Exactly. Earlier, we are using the physical servers. Where yeah, waste. That's the reason only now people are migrating to cloud. So that's the problem, right? So nowadays, why cloud is booming in the market? So earlier we are maintaining so many physical servers. So whenever there is no requirement, unnecessarily we are not going to use all those kind of server. It is a kind of a cost burden. That's the reason only what is happening now. All the companies are very big companies or small companies also slowly migrating to the cloud. Okay, whatever the question you are asking, that is the advantage of the cloud. Okay, online people, one person is asking the question. Earlier, how we are maintaining all these things? Earlier, how we are doing all these activities by using the physical servers. So if you are going to use the physical servers, for example, if you take the Flipkart example, we are increasing number of servers as a 3000, but after completion of that offer day, is there any usage of the 3000 servers? No, which is nothing but unnecessarily we are wasting the cost. Now, if you come to the cloud, what we can do, whenever you want, you can able to increase the servers. Whenever you don't want, you can able to decrease the servers. Whatever the number of servers we are using, we are paying the amount to only those servers. That is the best advantage of the cloud. That's the reason only most of the people slowly are already migrated to the cloud. It's clear? Yeah. Yeah, online people, someone is asking the question. Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, so basically in horizontal scalability, we can perform both kind of operations. So why we are using vertical scalability?
Yeah, I told you, right? So for the maintenance perspective, so for example, so you are going within the limits of the some certain limits of the resources. In the situation, what I'm telling here, if you are going with the vertical scalability, there is the very less maintenance compared to the horizontal scalability. In the vertical scalability, what we are doing in our example, within the 4 laptops only, we are increasing the resources. But if you are going to horizontal scalability, what we are doing, we are increasing the laptops as 8 laptops. Now compared to 4 laptops and 8 laptops, where we can able to maintain everything very easily in the 4 laptops, which is comes under the vertical scalability. So whenever you want to get the less amount of maintenance, then we can go for vertical scalability. Or if you are crossing some kind of certain limits, then obviously we need to go for the horizontal scalability.
Maintenance and cost wise.
Yeah, both ways I'm telling, maintenance perspective and cost perspective, from the both the sides I'm
Oh,
telling.
oh, my bad. I think you say cost. Okay, so sir, in every technology, I think there was some pros and cons. So there are multiple pros in this cloud technology. So any cons?
Yeah, coming to cons, mainly nowadays people are feeling it as a security wise. There is a con in the cloud side and it, but that's a separate topic. We'll cover it in the coming classes. Okay, so what are so he's asking the question, what are the advantages of the cloud and what are the disadvantages of the cloud? But if you are going to touch the topic, so what will happen? So we are going to deviate from this main topic. So definitely we'll cover the topic in our coming classes.
Okay, only security wise, I think on-premise kind
Yeah,
of.
that is one answer. That is one
Okay,
answer. But other than that, we are having some other disadvantages by using the cloud. But all those disadvantages will cover in the
okay.
coming classes.
Yeah, got it. Got it.
Okay. Yep. Now, so this is overall about the scalability. So second one, already we discussed about the distributed framework. What is the meaning of distribution, Andy? We are distributing the work to multiple tasks, or we are distributing the work to multiple people, or we are distributing the work to multiple resources. That kind of activity, simply we can call it as nothing but distributed activity. Okay. In the same way, next one, we need to understand high availability. Any guesses what is meant by high availability? At any point of time, if you can able to access the system, that kind of feature we can call it as nothing but high availability feature. Just I will type it here. At any point of time, if we can able to access a system, that kind of system we can call it as high availability systems. Any examples from your side?
Hello.
At any point of time, if we can able to access, if we can able to access a system without downtime, that kind of system we can call it as nothing but high availability system. Here just I will add that, without any downtime. Without any downtime, that kind of system we can call it as nothing but high availability systems only. As per your knowledge, is there any high availability system in the real time? So for example, if you take Twitter or WhatsApp or Facebook, Can we be able to say all these social media tools can be called as a high available things? So see, some people will give this example, Twitter, WhatsApp, and Facebook, but we can able to say sometimes what will happen, I think 1 year back or 6 months back, so Twitter completely down. Okay, I think 1 hour or 2 hours it is completely down, which is nothing but there is the possibility for some downtime. But here, if any system is going to provide 99.99% of availability, such kind of system simply we can call it as nothing but high availability systems only. None of the systems can able to provide the 100% of the availability. Sometimes even if you are using any advanced technology also, there are the chances for 0.001% downtime. So that's the reason I can able to say if we are maintaining any system with 99.999% availability, such kind of systems only simply we can call it as nothing but high availability systems. Okay, now you tell me, IRCTC, can we be able to say this is the high availability system? Obviously, no. What's the reason? Whenever you are going to book the tickets at that 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m., automatically what is going to happen? You are going to get the message, you are not able to connect, or timeout errors, or we are going to get the server crash. So all such kind of messages are coming, right? So that's the reason IRCTC we cannot able to call it as a high availability systems. Okay, whatever the system is going to provide complete availability at any point of time, such kind of systems we can able to call it as a high availability systems. For example, if I will take the SBI internet banking. Is it high availability? No, right? So most of the times SBI internet banking will down it. Nowadays it is working very good, but earlier it is down every 1 hour or every 2 hours. So that's the reason we cannot able to say SBI net banking is not a kind of a high availability system. But tell me, now most of the people are using the UPIs. Now tell me, this UPI system is a high availability or down?
High availability.
This
Sir.
we can say it as a high availability. Most of the times I can able to say
So,
sometimes
sir,
occasionally we are going to get the server issues, but most of the times what is going to happen with the help of the UPS, we are going to get the high availability. At any point of time we can able to use the UPS for the purpose of paying the amounts. That's the reason we can able to say indirectly UPI is nothing but one of the high availability system. But if you take the IRCTC or a kind of SBI internet banking, all these are not a kind of a high availability systems. Overall we can able to say if any system is going to be available at any point of time, otherwise here I can able to add one more word, 365 days 24/7.
So sir, ये IRCTC or SBI, they are not using cloud technology.
So they are using the cloud, but they are not using all the resources in the backend only. So they are using the limited number of the resources because of the budget constraint. That's the reason what is happening every day morning at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. automatically we are getting the server errors. But if you can able to compare before 2 years and now, IRCTC is behaving very good compared to the previous, but still they are having the issues, which is nothing but we can able to say they are not increasing the number of resources in the backend. That is one example. And one more thing, compared to normal days or in the Sankranti festival or Dasara festival, then what will happen? Definitely, whenever you are going to open the IRCTC at 11 a.m., automatically what is going to happen? It is going to server will crash because during the festival time, automatically so many people want to book the tickets, but they are not having the backend system to increase the resources automatically. Might be that's the reason IRCTC servers are crashing, but I don't know in the backend what they are using. But that is the one best example we can able to use for understanding what is meant by high availability as part of this topic. Is it clear? Now tell me, if we are going to use the big data stack or if you are going to use the cloud services, there we are going to get the high availability systems or non-availability systems. Non-high. Here we are going to get the high availability systems only. Whatever the cloud services we are going to use, each cloud services is nothing but it is going to provide the feature called as nothing but high availability feature. Okay. At any, for example, if at any point of time, if any server is down or if any server is crashed, automatically it will restart themselves only. That feature only we can call it as nothing but fault tolerance. Just I will talk about this. So what I'm telling, in the cloud services, it is going to provide the high availability feature. But how it is going to provide the high availability feature? Because of having the one more feature called as nothing but fault tolerance. Now you try to give the answer based on your understanding. What is meant by fault tolerance? So I can able to say at any point of time, if one server is going to crash, automatically second server will take care of all the responsibilities of first server. So what I'm telling here, whenever at any, for example, we are maintaining the 5 servers in our system. Because of any reason, my server was crashed because of the because of the resources what we are having, or because of the network problem. What is happened here? One server was crashed. Whenever one server is crashing, automatically, if second server is coming into the picture, if it is taking all the responsibilities of the first server, that kind of feature we can call it as nothing but fault tolerance feature. But now you tell me, for example, we are using the cloud. Within the cloud, we are using the 5 servers. One server got failed. Now, do I need to do any manual activity to activate the second server to take the responsibilities of the first server?
No.
From our side, no need to do any kind of manual activity, because cloud is providing the feature called as a fault tolerance. Whenever one server got failed, automatically second server will take care of all the responsibilities of the first server. So that kind of feature only we are calling it as nothing but fault tolerance. As part of this fault tolerance, as a user, we are not going to perform any kind of activities manually. Your cloud will take care of all these things automatically. Just we need to define the number of servers. If any server is crashing, second server will come into the picture. Automatically, it will take all the responsibilities of the first server. Now, for example, after some time, my first server came into normal state. Then what will happen automatically? First and second servers, they will work on their independent tasks. So what I'm telling here, if both the servers are available, they both are taking their independent tasks. But if any one of the server is going to fail, automatically what will happen? Second server will come into the picture. It will take all the responsibilities of the first server. After some time, if first server is coming into the normal state, then what is going to happen again? Again, both the servers are going to distribute the work, and both the servers are going to take care of their individual activities only. So all these things are going to happen automatically. So that's the reason this feature simply we can call it as nothing but fault tolerance system. Okay, now coming to cloud services or in the big data stack, this feature is coming by default. As a user or as a person or as a developer, no need to do any kind of activities manually here. So that's the reason only, again, I can able to say this is the one more reason most of the companies are migrating to the cloud. One is, as I discussed earlier, high availability. One is we are having the option for the scalability. Other one, automatically they are providing the feature called as a fault tolerance. By considering all these features, we are getting automatically. Now most of the companies are migrating to the cloud. Okay. Any questions on the fault tolerance?
So similar kind of thing are in on-premise kind of on-premise system, no? Like replication factor.
No, we are not discussing anything about replication factor so far. We are discussing about the fault tolerance. So what is the meaning of replication? If you are losing, so that will cover in next 5 minutes only. But on top of fault tolerance, any questions, please ask me. We'll discuss about replication in next 2-3 minutes. Okay. If no questions, now we'll try to understand what is meant by replication. See, in above scalability example, so we discussed about scalability, right? So in this example, for example, we are using the 4 laptops in distributed environment. So what I told you, so if you are going to store 1 GB data here in this distributed environment, your data is distributing to all these laptops. What is happening here? Your data is distributing to all these laptops. Just for easy understanding, I'm saying that this is having A, and this is having data B, and this is having data C, and this is having data D. Just assume that. So in all these 4 laptops, we are having the data like this. This is having A data, this is having B data, this is having the C data, and this is having the D data. Now, because of some reason, this laptop crashed. Now, indirectly, what we are losing here? We are using all the data which is related to the D. Okay, what is happening here? This laptop is having the data called as D. Just I'm giving the general example. This laptop is having the data called as a D. Because of some reason, because of network issues or because of the server issues or any reason, this laptop is crashed. So then what is going to happen? Automatically, you are going to lose the data. Now, once laptop got crashed and you are going to lose the data, can we be able to get re-get the data here? It is not possible right now. But in the real time, once we are going to lose the data, it would be very difficult to bring back the data. And so to handle this only, what we are doing here, we are using the option called as a replication. Here meaning of the replication is nothing but we are going to maintain same data in multiple systems. So what we are doing here, we are replicating the data, or we can able to say we are going to maintain the same data in the multiple systems. So in this example, whatever the data we are having A here, so here I will maintain that data again. And here also I will maintain A. And here also I will maintain A data. Now tell me what is going to happen. For example, this laptop one got crashed. Now where we are having this data again? In the laptop 2, we are having the data. Laptop 3, we are having the data. Laptop 4 also we are having the data. Now in the same way, for example, if you take the B, so this data will be storing in here. Now because of some reason, this laptop 2 got failed, crashed. Then what is going to happen? Same data is available in the laptop 1 or laptop 3 or laptop 4. Indirectly, what we are doing? We are maintaining same data in the other laptops or other systems only. So this kind of feature only we can call it as nothing but replication. Actually, if you are going to work in the big data systems, by default,
sir, if we are using, if we are
going to
maintaining
get
all that,
replication factor as 3. So if you are going to maintain the big data system, what is happening here? By default, we are going to get the replication factor as a 3, just by considering that I given the example here. So in this example, A is going to maintain in the 3 different laptops. So what is the replication factor here? 3. And B is going to maintain in the 3 different laptops. What is the replication factor here? 3, which is nothing but in the big data system I'm telling, by default we are going to get the replication factor as a 3. Whatever the data storing in one server, same data will replicate in the other servers also. If one server is going to crash, from where we can able to get the data again? From the other servers we can able to get that data. That kind of feature only we can able to call it as nothing but replication. Now in the big data systems, by default we are having the replication factor as a 3. For example, if you want, what we can do, we can increase the replication factor as 5, or we can increase replication factor as 10. But tell me, if you are going to increase the replication factor, what is the disadvantage? Cost, right? So for example, here, I want to maintain the 1 GB data. If we are not going to maintain any replication factor in these 4 laptops, how much data we are maintaining? Only 1 GB. But for example, if you are going to maintain the replication factor as a 3, then in these 4 laptops, how much data we are going to maintain?
4 GB.
Directly 3 GB data, right? So because we are given the replication factor as a 3, same 1 GB data copied 3 times into all the systems, which is nothing but indirectly, we are going to maintain the 3 GB data. Now, for example, if I'm increasing replication factor as a 10, then what will happen? We are going to maintain unnecessarily 10 GB data. Generally, 3 is the best option. 5 and 10 we won't take it, Andy. So by default we are going to take the replication factor as a 3. By considering if you are going to increase the replication factor as more, automatically we need to store the huge amount of data. When amount of data is increasing, automatically what will happen? Performance will be degrade. That's the reason in real time also generally we are going to take the replication factor as a 3 for the purpose of getting this replication feature. But again the same question, do we need to copy this data manually? We are not doing anything. Automatically, whenever we are giving replication factor as a 3, whenever we are going to store the data, first thing that data will be distributed to all 4 laptops. Why? Because earlier we discussed we are having the feature called as a distributed framework. With that feature, your data will be distributing to all the 4 laptops. At the same time, same data will be copied to 3 different laptops also. Like this, what is happening? Distribution is happening automatically and replication also coming automatically. That's the reason only again we can able to say we are going to use the cloud as part of our real-time system. Okay. Any question
Sir,
on this replication? Please ask
little
me.
bit confusion. Like 3 replication factor means it copied to 3 different servers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you say that we need to maintain 3 GB. So 1 GB
Yeah,
stored
sorry,
at
it's my bad. It's a 4 GB only. So
4
sorry.
GB. Okay,
So
good.
when I'm using those numbers, and it's a kind of a general example. Yeah, I agree. So his question is, if you are going to maintain the 3 replication factor, how we can able to say it as a 3 GB data? I agree. So indirectly, we are going to maintain the same data in all the places. So what is going to happen? it is going to take the 4 GB. Instead of 3 GB, it is going to take the 4 GB.
Right. So, sir, these kind of things maintain in HDFS or by itself.
Yeah,
Right?
whatever. So whatever the storage system you are going to use in the storage system, it is going to maintain it only. So his question is where all these replication factors or all this data is going to store. He's asking whether it is storing in the HDFS. I can say answer is yes. But so far, have we discussed about HDFS? No, that's the reason I'm not using this word HDFS only. But coming to your question, whomever asked this question, all this data is going to store in the HDFS if you are going to use the big data on premise. But if you are going to use the cloud, then where we are going to maintain all this kind of replicas? If you are going to use the AWS, there we are going to maintain the S3 buckets. In the S3 buckets, automatically it is going to maintain all the replicas. But so far, we haven't discussed about HDFS. We haven't discussed about the storage layers in the cloud system. That's the reason I'm not bringing all those terminologies here. I don't want to make the people confusion.
Yeah, so sir, we can configure this kind of thing. If every time there was you say 1 GB data, so we have 3 copies there, automatically it store 4 GB of data. So it can you say it will destroy our storage system. So we can configure this kind of functionality.
Yeah,
like if we don't want to replicate particular data, so we can configure.
Can we configure this replication factor?
Right.
So this is the question he's asking overall in an online person. You tell me, can we be able to control the replication factor? Answer is yes. How we are going to control that we are going to cover in the coming classes. Actually, if you are going to maintain the big data systems or if you are going to maintain the cloud systems, and we are going to have some kind of properties file. In that properties file, what we can do here, we can able to define the values. But I'm giving the answer as a yes. But as per your understanding, in real time, who will do this kind of activities? Developers or admins? Admin team will take care of this activity. Okay, we'll discuss about what is the admin team activity and how we can able to increase or decrease these kind of values in the real-time system that we are going to cover in the coming classes. But for now, as per his question, I'm saying that can we configure this replication factor? Answer is yes. Can we increase or decrease? Yes. In real time, who is going to perform this activity? Our admin team is going to perform this kind of activities as part of our real-time system.
Okay, but by default there was a 3 replication factor automatically.
Yeah, by default 3, but that also we can able to manage. If you want, you can make it as a 0 also if you want.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yep, someone is asking. See, by default, I'm telling from the real time, by default, we are going to take it as a 3 or 2 and mostly. But in the cloud also, what we can do, if you want, you can able to modify those values. We are having a properties file. Just we can go to the property and there we can able to modify the values. Otherwise, in the cloud, whenever we are going to create the buckets to store the data, there it will ask the one property whether you want the replication or not. If you are going to select the option as a no, then it won't store any, it won't do any kind of replication. But if you are going to select the option as a replication, then what will happen? Automatically, it will replicate all the things in the internal system. So we can able to control everything. But if you don't want to control, we can give the control to the cloud system directly by default. Then cloud will take care of all the replications and everything automatically. It's clear? Okay. Any other questions before moving further? Okay. Now, one last thing, which is nothing but moving computation. Okay, so this topic we'll discuss in our tomorrow session. Already I know. So today we discuss about a lot of theory and so might be already people can get some kind of bore feeling. So, but try to understand all these 5 properties. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about the one more important property called as a moving computation. Other than this, we are having one more property called as a partitioning. So I forgot to include that. So one more property called as a partitioning, or we can call it as a partitions. And in the big data stack or in the cloud stack, again, we are going to get the one more feature called as a partitioning. With the help of the partitioning also, we can able to get the very fast in the performance, how this partition is going to work or how moving computation is going to work. So these topics also we are going to cover as part of our tomorrow's session. Okay. Now immediately people will think that why sorry stopping class by 9:30 only. So I'm not stopping the class now only. So I will continue some other topics, because if you're continuously discussing about this theory, you won't able to understand all these topics or whatever the topics we are going to cover in the next 10-15 minutes. If you're going in the theoretical way, what will happen? You can't able to digest or you can't able to understand. That's the reason just I'm switching the topic. Okay. Actually, some people are asking the question, will you cover real-time projects? So after completion of yesterday's class, still some people are having these kind of questions. I want to give the clarifications for these kind of questions, and with that you can able to clear our minds again. So first question, will you cover real-time projects? Answer is yes. You need to do hands-on work on these projects. So what I'm telling here, we are going to give the real-time projects, and it's not a live project only. Whatever the project I worked earlier, I given the project to you, I given the data to you, I given the requirements to you. By seeing all those requirements and by seeing the data, you need to do all the activities hands-on. That only we are calling it as a real-time. It's not a live project. Whatever the project I worked already, I will explain that project and I will ask you to do that project hands-on. That is the one I'm telling you that this is nothing but one real-time project. Okay. And how many projects we are going to give? We are going to give 3 to 4 projects. Is it clear? Okay. Now, second thing, some people are asking, can I attend all classes in online?
Sir, the screen is paused.
No,
Other
sir,
people-
it's good.
Other people, you are able to see my screen right properly?
Yeah, it's proper visible.
Okay. Yeah, I think whomever raised this concern, so can you please check your network so other people are able to see my screen? Okay. So next one, some people are asking, can I attend all classes in online? My suggestion here is, please come and attend classes offline. This is my suggestion, Andy. But if there is any problem from your side, or if you are a kind of a real-time employee, if you want to attend online, I will suggest you can go and attend the online classes, no issues, Andy. But my sincere request and sincere suggestion, please come and attend the classes offline. As I told you yesterday, this week we are going to have only 1.5 hour class, but from the next Monday onwards, we are going to have daily 3 classes, Andy, at the same time. So far we are discussing about theory. Okay, but slowly what we'll do, we will jump to the practical sessions also. If you want to do the practicals very perfectly, and if you want to understand all the classes in the very perfect way, my suggestion, better to come to the offline classes. I'm not restricting anyone. My sincere suggestion, sincere request, try to attend the offline classes. But if there is no feasibility, then you can attend the online classes. Okay, but out of 45 days of classes, at least come to offline classes for 15 days. So whomever want to attend all classes in online, so those people at least come to offline classes for 5 days only. That is for one-to-one interaction, and I will give some kind of career guidance, and I will help you for resume preparation to do all these kind of activities. If you are facing one-to-one, that is going to helpful to each and everyone. That's the reason at least come to offline classes for 15 days. Okay. And one more thing. Are we tracking attendance? Obviously, answer is yes. What is the reason? This is not a kind of a regular training, and this is what? This is a JOAP program. That's the reason only these people are collecting a lot of amount from you. So when we are taking the lot of money from you, obviously, what is our responsibility? We need to track each and everything. Okay, this is the job-oriented internship program. So we are taking the classes for 8 hours, and you need to attend 4 hours class, and you need to do the 4 hours practical session. And what we are guaranteeing you, after completion of the course, within 1 or 2 months, you are going to get the job. But when you can able to get the job, you need to attend all the classes without missing any one class, and you need to do the practice on regular basis. For that reason, we are tracking the attendance. For example, after completion of the course, after 2 months also, you didn't get the job. Obviously, what you will do? You will come and ask us, sir, I didn't get the job in 2 months, but you promised that when I'm paying the fee, you promised that you are going to get the job within 2 months, but I'm not getting the job. Then what we will do simply, we will open your attendance tracker. We'll see whether you are having 80% of attendance or not. So whomever is going to have this 80% of attendance, and for those people, definitely we are going to provide the support till you are getting the job. For example, your attendance percentage is only 50%. You tell me, can you able to get the job with the 50% attendance? Impossible, right? Don't think that it's a kind of a BTech or MTech only. So in the BTech, if you're not having that attendance, you can pay some amount and you can able to get that attendance. But here it won't work like that, okay? Because you need to attend each and every class. You need to understand each and every topic. You need to do the practice on each and every topic. Then only what will happen? You can able to put the experience in your resume. With that only you can able to get the job, okay? Without doing all these things, don't expect miracles are going to happen. No miracles will going to happen, Andy. If you do the hard work, then only miracles will happen. If you are not going to do any kind of hard work, what will happen? Nothing is going to happen. That's the reason I'm saying that we are going to track the attendance of each and every person. If you are having 80% of attendance, definitely what we will do here, we are going to provide the support till you are going to get the job. Is it clear? And one more thing, you attended 80% of classes. Can we get the job immediately here? We are attending 80% of the classes. No, right? Again, what is important here? Practice. Okay, this is also we are doing one more tracking, Andy. So we'll give the assignments to each and every one. So by end of this class or by end of this course, you can get the around 50 to 60 assignments. And you need to complete all those assignments. Sir, I will complete only 40. I won't agree. And you have to complete all the assignments. Okay, because why we are giving the assignments? To get hands-on experience. Okay, so generally this is the trend I will see in the students, Andy. When joining the course or during the demo classes or first 2 hour classes, people will ask the question, sir, will you give the assignments? Will you give the project? Will you give the hardwares? Or will you give the, will you give the softwares? Will you give the support? What I will say for everything, I will say yes, yes, yes. But after 20 or 25 days of the course, when I'm giving the assignment, what is the trend we are seeing from the people? No one will do the assignment. Simply they will say, sir, I'm busy with other work. I'm doing this work. I'm doing that work. So people are not doing any assignments. And one more thing, what I'm seeing is out of 40-50 students, around 20 to 30% are people are dropping after completion of 20 days or 30 days. Okay, don't do all those kind of unnecessary things, Andy. Please attend all the classes and please do all the assignments and please do hands-on work for each and every project whatever we are going to provide. With that, automatically what will happen? You can able to get the good experience and you can get the real-time knowledge. With that, automatically you can able to get the job in the real time in the very fastest way. Is it clear? Okay. And one more last thing. I will show you the tracker here for your understanding. So see here, this is the tracker. So first one, we are going to maintain each and every student details here. So whomever not registered so far, please register your names with the admin team. So tomorrow or day after tomorrow onwards, we are going to track each and every person's information by using this tracker. Here we are going to collect student name, mobile number, mail ID, your year of graduation, year of pass out. And here you need to fill the information, whether you are the kind of a experienced person or non-experienced person. And if you are the experienced person, please include how many years of experience you are having. Please include what is the current technology you are using in your project. So with that, what will happen? I can understand about each and every student. And so this is the tracker I'm using for my purpose. I will go through this data. By using this data, I will try to understand how many experienced people are here, how many non-experienced people are here. Accordingly, I will change my class timings. Sorry, I will change my topics in the class. I will change my teaching style. But if I want to do all those kind of things, definitely I need this information. Okay, we'll share this Excel sheet to you or admin team will reach out to you to provide that information. Don't ask the question why we need to share the years of experience. Don't raise the question why we need to share the current technology, because all these are the requirements from my side. Once I understand all this information, with that I can able to plan our course in the better way. That's the reason only we are collecting all this information. Is it clear? And one more thing, please include whether you want to attend the online classes or offline classes only. So based on that, we have some kind of understanding how many people are attending online and how many people are attending offline. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. Please try to attend offline classes. Don't go for the online classes. What is the reason? For both online and offline people, I'm telling the same topics or different topics. I'm giving the same topics, but what is the problem with the online? You will get so many distractions, Andy. If you're attending from home, what will happen? Your family member will come, he will give one task to you, or your children will come, they will disturb you, or you are going to get some other call, they will disturb you. Okay, but if you're presenting the offline class, what will happen? You won't have all those kind of distractions. That's the reason my suggestion is come to the offline classes. But whatever decision you want to take, you can take the decision. But please mention here, you want to come for online or you want to come for offline. Okay, and one more last thing, you can include the batch number because some old batch students are also attending our classes, and so please include your batch number. This batch number is 19. If any old people are attending, please include your batch number. This is one tracker. Might be admin team will call you and take all the details, or will send this tracker in the mail. Please fill this tracker and give the reply on top of that mail. Is clear? Okay. And second thing, this is what? This is the student performance tracker. And if you see here, I kept all the topics: GCP account creation, GCP storage, Cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, PubSub, Bigtable, Dataflow. All these are nothing but different GCP services which we are going to cover in the coming classes. After that, we are going to cover the PySpark, data warehousing concepts, database concepts, Python concepts, real-time projects, mock interview, all these things. Whenever I'm completing one topic, we are going to have the mock interviews with everyone. After the mock interviews, I will fill the section is yes or no. What is the meaning of yes? You are good in this topic. If I'm given the no, what it means? You are not good in this topic. You need to prepare the topic one more time and you need to attend the one more mock interview. And with this, what will happen? You can assess yourself how much good you are in all these topics, or I will assess myself how much you are understanding in the classes. That's the reason we are maintaining one more tracker called as a performance tracker. Is it for only one topic or all the topics? This is for each and every topic. We are going to track all this information. And if you observe here at the end, we are having one more column called as a mock interviews. For every student, I will make it as whether he is attending mock interviews or not. And at the end of the course, what need to happen? You need to take the consultancy certificates, because without having the certificates, you cannot able to go for the resume preparation. And that's the reason we are tracking this information also, whether you taken the consultancy certificates or not. After that, resume preparation is completed or not. After that, you uploaded your resume in the Naukri or not. After that, you are attending the real-time interviews or not. After that, you got the offer or not. Finally, after getting the offer, you are taking any kind of real-time support from us. Okay, so we are going to provide the support till here. Don't assume that after completion of the people we are going to leave you only. We are taking all these classes at the same time. We are conducting the mock interviews. We are helping you for the resume preparation. We will help you to upload the resumes in Naukri. During the real-time interviews, we'll provide the support. Don't assume that we are going to provide the proxies only. I will provide the support, how you need to give the answers as part of our real-time interviews. After that, you are going to get the offer. After getting the offer also, we are going to provide the real-time support. What is the meaning of real-time support? Will I do your work? No, right? Once you are entering into the real-time projects, you yourself has to do your work, but I will give some kind of guidance, because first 10 days or 15 days are very crucial in the real-time projects only, because you are going as a fake employee, for example, you don't know how to behave, or you don't know how to understand the requirement. In the situation, if you come to me, I can able to provide some kind of support to you to understand your project requirement, how you can able to handle the work. Don't assume that I will do your work as part of this real-time support. What I'm telling, I will guide you how you need to work in the real time. Till here, we are going to provide the support, and we are going to track each and everything. So that's the reason from our side, whatever the amounts of effort we are putting, same kind of efforts and same kind of anxiety, you also please show as part of this entire course. With that, automatically we can able to get the job. Is it clear? Any confusion on this tracker? So this one from your side, no need to fill, and I will fill it after completion of every topic. I will take the mock interviews, and accordingly I will fill all this information. Only from your side, you need to fill this tracker. Okay. And last one, this is the attendance. So every day we are going to take the attendance from tomorrow onwards, or from next Monday onwards. Continuously we are going to take the attendance. With this tracker, I'm going to take the percentage after completion of the course. As I told you, whomever is going to have the 80% of attendance, definitely we are going to provide the support to them after completion of the course also. Okay. And one more last thing here. Because of any reason, if you want to drop in between, so because of some personal emergency or because of your personal reason, after completion of 20 days of classes or 25 days of classes only, you want to drop. Okay. And your plan is you want to attend next batch. Whether we allow you or not, we will allow you, but please give prior intimation to us. Okay, so please give the intimation whenever you are having some kind of personal reasons or any emergency. So please intimate us. Just you can call to the admin team saying that so because of this reason I cannot able to continue this batch. I will attend the next batch. With that, what will happen? Next batch, whenever you are coming, you won't get any kind of questions without informing if you are dropping the batch. And if you want to attend the next batch, then what will happen? You will get so many questions from the management people. That's the reason. Don't do that mistake, Andy. Because of any reason, if you are dropping from this batch, please inform to the admin team. Please take the permission. Then definitely we will allow you for the next batch. Is it clear? All these are some basic things. Again, just I want to tell you. Any questions on all these things, please ask me here again. Is it clear? Okay. This tracker is clear, whatever we discussed. First one, student details. Second one, your performance tracker. Third one is nothing but your attendance information. So we are going to track everything in the very, very detailed way. If requires, we'll call to your parents also. So don't take it in the later mode only, because so they are paying the 50,000 rupees to you. So it's your responsibility. So it's not a kind of a motivation, it's a kind of a general thing only. It's your responsibility to attend every class and to do the practice and everything. But if you are behaving abruptly or if you are behaving abnormally, what we will do here? Simply we'll call to your parents and we'll inform this information. And don't think that it's a kind of a college environment or it's a kind of a BTech or MTech. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. It is your responsibility because you are paying the more amount. It is our responsibility because we are taking the more amount from each and every one. That's the reason we are putting this much of effort to track each and every person till you are going to get the job. Please try to utilize all these things. With that, will you get the job or not? If you are going to follow all these things, easily we can able to get it. Thing is 100% attendance, 100% practice, 100% commitment, 100% anxiety and excitement. With all these things, you can able to get the job. And last question here, tell me till when you need to have that kind of excitement? Till when? Till completion of the class? Or till completion of the course? Or till you are getting the job? Or after entering into real-time project? See, till completion of the course, till you are getting the job, after entering into the real-time company in the real-time project, there also you need to have the similar kind of excitement, because once you are going to work in the real-time project, if you are going to relax, what will happen? You won't able to understand what is the requirement of the project. That's the reason after entering into the real-time company, once you are going to work on the real-time project, there also at least 1 or 2 months you need to show the similar kind of excitement, and automatically with that what will happen, you can easily understand what is happening in the project, then you can able to relax. Okay, but at that time also what will happen, you won't get the relaxed time, because what is going to happen in the real time, till you are getting the job, one problem, but after getting the job, so many other problems will start. What are those problems? You need to work for daily 12 hours. Don't assume that in the IT company people are enjoying Andy. They need to work for every day 10 to 12 hours. Every day you are going to have the scrum calls. In the call, you need to give the update. If you are not given the update, your TL will come and ask the question what you are doing. Even if you are doing all the things also, they will ask the question why you are not doing the more things. Even if you are doing the more things also, they will ask the question why you are not doing the innovate things. Okay, so this cycle will continue. But if you want to get the job and if you want to survive in the real time, so please follow all these kind of instructions, Andy. And whenever I'm talking about all these things, don't think that why Sorry is talking about all this kind of nonsense. It's not a nonsense, Andy. All these are very, very, very important for the non-real-time employees and for experienced employees also. That's the reason maximum every day 5 or 10 minutes I will talk about this. Whenever I'm talking about this, don't think that all these are unnecessary things for me. Don't think like that. Please try to understand every point, whatever we're discussing here. Is it clear? Okay. Any questions? Online people or offline people? Okay. If no questions, we'll meet in the tomorrow session. Thank you. Thank you all. If you have any questions, I will be outside and please come and ask me.